The topic is simple. We really do not have to think about it. We really do not have to imagine anything about it. It's all about dialogue with self. So the research says that whenever a person speaks externally to somebody, for example, right now I'm speaking to you, the speed varies from 70 to 125 words per minute. At present, I feel the speed of me speaking with you is around 195 to 100 words per minute. Now, when a person speaks with self, the average speed goes to 500 words per minute. And it is said that every word is an energy. That's the deal. And from that angle, the topic says dialogue with self. Now, 125 and 500 is 1 is to 4 minimum, right? So, the dialogue with self really matters. And hence, probably I would love to put forward a concept of it. And we really do not have to go anywhere outside to try it out. And when we have a wonderful synchronized orchestrated dialogue with self, external dialogue also comes very easy, very handy. Before I move forward, how many of us are human beings? From
None of us.
confusion. That's fantastic. Now that I'm a human being, the very word human means earthen. That's a basic meaning. I'm an earthen being, as simple as that. I'm made up of an earth. Huh? So today, what we'll discuss that are we really made up of only earth or something more? Okay, then how does it matter with all these meeting discussions that we had? How does it connect with communication? So that's all. We'll just see that. Now, for next 15 minutes, I'll present my ideas and I wish you to make a summary of it, right? And at the end of it, I would ask you to summarize it. And the summary should not go beyond 2 minutes. We talked about communication. Then the question comes in, who communicates? I communicate. You communicate. And okay, so who am I fundamentally? I'm an equipment. Okay, then how is that equipment made up of? What is that equipment made up of? And there are research over a few thousand years. If you wish to go back to the Bhagavad Gita or any other religion, if you go to the roots of it, they have always told that a human is an equipment, including my body, my mind, and intellect. And then how is it comprised of? It is very categorically said, but you have 5 elements in it. And today we'll work on one element out of it. We have 5 elements. And then what are those 5 elements? Actually, eight. 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. But first we'll say 5. So if all of us are human beings, we say that we are earthen. So it's not only earth. So we have earth, we have, we are earth. And we'll prove it. Huh? We are water, we are fire, we are air, and we are space. So somebody may challenge on what basis you say so. Uh, so they have characteristics. Earth element has smell. So do we have smell? We, in a sense, I as an individual. Yes, I have. And that is proven by any dog. They have a strong memory of a smell. And every human being has a unique smell, like a unique fingerprint or like a unique DNA. Water. Water says, okay, it's a taste. Okay, do I taste? Oh, yes, I have a taste. I'm not talking about intellectual taste. Even emotional tastes are also different. So those matters. So yes, I have taste. My body has a taste, right? I know that none of us is a cannibal or man eater, but we know we have a taste. That means we have water element. If X element has Y characteristics, and if I have that Y characteristics, means I have that X elements. It's a basic foundational fundamental logic. I have smell, earth has smell, therefore I am earth. I have taste, water has taste, I have water element in me. I have shape, you can see me. That's a different matter altogether, but I have shape, so I have sight, and fire has a sight, so I have fire. Air, I can feel touch. I have touch and I can feel touch. Okay, so air element has touch. I can hear sound and there is a sound within me. Even if I sit quiet and breathe normally, I can see that sound like that. Or if I have a heavy dinner or heavy lunch, then my stomach also makes different sounds. So I have sound. Space element is characterized by sound. Since I have sound, I have all these elements. And to prove it, I have been given sensors. Now, what do you mean by sensors? I have smell, but what if I don't have the sensor of that smell? I have given nose. I'm just trying to say that, look, I'm a human being. Somebody has said that there are five elements which we are made up of. We are questioning that statement. How? Why are you saying so? And it is said that each element has its own characteristics parameter. And then we said, does that parameter exist in me? Yes. And then I say, okay, I am. So earth, smell, water, taste, fire, sight, air, touch, and space, sound. Okay, then what's the use of it if I am not able to consume it? Oh, that's the reason you have been given that equipment. A sensor is given. Since there is earth around you, including you, you have smell. There is water around you, including you have tongue. Since there is fire around you, including you can see that. Therefore, you have given an eye. Since there is a touch element around you, including you, therefore, you have been given the complete the cover of my body. That's what the entire. I've just shown it by hand. And since you have sound in and around you, therefore, you have given an equipment of ear. That's all. We are all human beings. Human beings are social animal. They want to communicate. Sometimes they communicate externally, or most of the time they communicate within. Some people communicate during their sleep also. When they speak externally, they speak on the rate of 80 to 100 words per minute. When they speak within, they speak beyond 500 words per minute. So communication matters. Now, who communicates? What is that equipment that can communicate? That equipment is me, my body, my mind, and intellect. And that body, at least, or mind and intellect, is made up of five elements. And those five elements are told and proven. And since we interact, I need to have sensors and processors. So I have five sensors, and I have mind as a processor. I have intellect as a processor. That's all. And I have a mind, and I have a intellect. So that ego. So there is an equipment, my body, which is made up of five elements. I have mind and intellect to process that. And who is processing? I am processing. So who is communicating? I am communicating. With the help of what? All these equipment. Then comes the question. So what? Let's discuss this now. I had asked you that you will do the summary. If I may ask you, you may unmute yourself and give me the answer. Generally, how a summary is made? Generally, how is a summary made? Do you directly write a summary or there is a process of summary making?
Noting down the main points.
Main points or all the points? How do you get to know the main?
You note down all the points and then you come up with a gist, what makes sense to you. In summary, I'm saying XYZ.
Fantastic. Super, super fantastic. Now, when I jot down all the points, whenever I'm listening to somebody or when I'm seeing something, I think it looks like this. The image that it comes in front of you. There's a laptop, lots of equipments and the pens and coffee mugs and post-its and everything. So probably we may say, oh, look at that. Now, now we are getting into the function. We talked about the characteristics, we are saying function. Now that earth element exists in you, what does that element do? How is it connected to the communication? That's all we're going to see in next 15 minutes. That's all. Okay, then when I make a summary, I say, hey, I will just write down. Even if I don't understand, even if I don't like, even if I don't agree, and even if I don't apply, I will write down. Because here it has been told to me that make a summary. So I made the points. So let's assume, like Ajay said, I think Meenal said, we write the points. Now assume that in 15 minutes or it's in 20-25 minutes, you wrote almost 35 points. And some people will write in a sequential manner, point form. Some people will write in some different manner altogether. But there are 40 points. In the summary, will you read 40 points? Okay, my summary is point A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Summary done. Can I read like this?
You will put points which are making sense as a part of para or kind of thing. And then you will say 5 points I club it into one and say this is what was covered.
Wow. Wow. When I simply jotted down the points, it appeared like this. And when I started seeing some groups, hey, these 40 points, actually not 40, you know what? These 4 points form in this particular group. And these points, this is the group. Yeah, okay, fine. He gave the example, the justification, and the hypothesis. Then he used one example ABC. And then it looked in this particular fashion. When I made the points, it looked in this, I saw it in this fashion. And when I started seeing, does it really make sense? Actually, it is not making any sense to me, as it is the picture that you are seeing on the screen. But moment I show you, hey, it is like this. I think do not have to really tell you much more. This is a function of earth. This is a function of water. When we eat, our lunch box holds that chapati, the sandwich, whatever you are, that holding is purely possible because of earth. I take a piece out of it, earth, earth, water. Because that's the time when I made some sense out of that particular food. Chapati and sabji. Actually, that didn't really make any sense. But chapati with sabji and that taste. So that's one part. Now, in the summary again, I made 40 points. As you said, no, 40 points, resting, reading, that is not a summary. I think I need to make a summary, sense out of it. So I made 5 points out of it, but I have given you only 2 minutes. So will you be sharing everything or will you do something? Next.
Basically it should convey the important means the key takeaway from the things.
Absolutely. Now, important. That means there is something less important. So, moment I try bringing adjectives, I started analyzing because I will not be able to say everything. Earlier, 40 points, I said 40 points are not 40 points, but 5 groups and 5 groups A, B, C, D, E. But even if I try to communicate all those A, B, C, D, it's gonna get 6 minutes. And this fellow has given me only 3 minutes. Oh, no, 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 no. Not possible. So when I started making the notes, is like this. When I created some sense out of it, it is like this. And then I said, there are something which is not required. All these things are here. But right now, the sketch pens are not required. Right now, the alarm clock is not required. Right now, the coffee mug is not required. Right now, the tab is not required. That is not important right now. That is less important right now. Now, that was not here. Everything is here. And then we simply grouped it. We didn't even say which is more important. Now here say, hey, what is required, what is not required, what is contributory, what is not contributory, what is important, what is less important, what is good, what is bad, what is X, what is whatever. I think you are wise enough to see what I am a mechanical engineer by education. So text really doesn't make any damn sense to me. So most of the time I use pictures. So if I want to know what is fire, I say fire, fire. What is water, water. What is earth, earth. That's it. It tells me a lot of things. So now summary. I told you to make summary. So you made notes of all the points, 40 points, 40 points. No. So you said, okay, let's just make group out of it. 5 groups. But 5 groups communicating all those things. Okay, so tell me what is important. These important. So that is not important. So you'll now communicate only that is important. But while making that decision, important, not important, contributory, not contributory, positive, negative, profit, loss, is that a mathematical decision at all? Question to all of you. Have you seen any decision which is mathematical?
It is just perception, actually.
So no decision is mathematics. No decision. Mathematics helps. Statistics helps. But mathematics plus flexibility is equal to decision. Statistics plus mathematics plus flexibility is equal to decision. So when I started making the notes, I will jot down whatever DG says, but it didn't make me a sense. But now I want to make a summary. So I started creating the sense. Now the grouping itself will differ from person to person. I have made grouping based on function. This is writing pens, this has painting brushes, this is time sensor, this is documentation. I may make groups on colors also, who knows? I'll could put all the green colors together, all red together, all white together. That makes sense to me. So I have a choice over here. And then I said, look, not everything is required right now. I have only 2.5 minutes. And in that 2.5 minutes, I need to give the summary. So something that is not required. But while saying not required, I think we'll keep it handy. Because although it is not required, you are saying it's not required, I will keep it very close to me. And there is a flexibility required. If you see the flexibility, the upper table doesn't have the flexibility. The real flexibility in the table or the desk it's in the drawer. The drawer is flexible. Table is never the desk is never flexible. Now the air is flexible. It's all about deciding what to present, what not to present, or why can't we negotiate? Can we ask DG, hey, you had given us 120 plus 30, 150 seconds. Can you give us 30 seconds more? I'll also see that. Okay, fine, 30 seconds more. It's a flexibility from both the sides. Now, air is all about flexibility. A little deviation, but you will understand what I'm trying to talk about. There is a disease that is known as arthritis. And the Sanskrit word for this is known as Sandhi Vat. Vat means hair and Sandhi means joints. Right? So it is all about air. Because air element is there in me, I can expand my chest. I can squeeze my chest. I can do like this. I can do like this. Moment if the air element goes on strike, I'm dead. In a sense, I will not be able to move at all. So that's flexibility. And last, I'll say it should be simple. It should be clean. The summary should be very clean. It should not create confusion further. And that is nothing but the space element, the openness. The summary is not a decision. The summary is not a judiciary call. It's open. Even judiciary decision should be very clean, very open, right? Very. So now I'll just take you through these 5 slides. Just observe what happens and connect it with the clutter in the mind and clutter during communication, arguments during meetings, and the real reason why meetings go beyond tolerable time is hidden somewhere here. We'll quickly communicate that. So people are discussing, people are communicating their ideas are coming in. Okay, as I move forward, I started seeing, these 2 ideas can grow in this particular group. This can go here, that. Oh, but this idea right now may not be required. So fine, but it might be required in future. Can we keep it clean? That's the fun. Now, if I don't use the earth element, what will happen? How many of us have acidity as a problem?
Sometimes.
We'll get to know why. We'll get to know why. And the problem with acidity is many people don't know that they have acidity. It's a symptom of acidity. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. So, of course, I'm not communicating now the medicine over here, but I will discuss that. Why acidity? Why so low? Suddenly, this generation. So, whenever the meeting starts, hold, people have different ideas. No analysis is required. No making sense is required. No decision is required. Can I increase the speed? Because Earth doesn't need any systematic things. Earth says, let it be there. So can I move out of that system quickly? Okay, what are your ideas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So speed and acceptance and tolerance. Earth says, the water says, okay, now that the things are being put up, can we group it? Can we group it? Can we group it? What kind of groups? Again, earth element comes into picture. Okay, ideas for the groups. Fine, okay, start doing it. Fire. What happens generally is moment somebody communicates, I jump from earth to fire. And therefore, the real reason the meeting prolonged is arguments. And arguments is analysis. Analysis is fire. But I don't have worth content to analyze because fire earth element is absent. So I immediately say, somebody says that, yeah, can we run this particular test? Somebody says, oh no, that doesn't work here. Oh, hold on. Quickly, a quick recap. Element to function. Which the bottom there are the functions, and earth, water, fire, air, space is element. So flexibility, where is it?
Air.
Water.
Flexibility is air.
Flexibility. Okay, good. Flexibility is there. Chalo, no problem. Flexibility air.
Earth is tolerance.
This.
Earth is tolerance.
Okay, earth is tolerance. Okay, anything else? Correlation.
Water.
Water.
Fire is analysis.
Fire is analysis.
Space,
Okay, and
openness, space.
That's it. Right. And analysis, extra analysis will definitely lead to diseases like acidity for sure. I have started pouring the acid without even having consumed the food. Next portion. Element to subject, simple. Earth, water, fire, air, space. Touch, smell, taste, sound, sight.
Earth is smell.
Earth is smell.
Earth is smell. Okay. Okay, fine. Good one.
Water
Anything
is
else?
taste.
Water is taste.
Earth is smell. Okay. Water is?
Taste.
Water taste. Okay.
Fire sound. Fire
Sight,
Fire is the sight.
air touch,
Air touch. Okay.
Space sound.
Sound is space.
yeah, space.
Wow, fantastic. Good. Look at that. So there is a characteristic, there is a function, and I am made up of this. I am made up of this, no doubt about it. So if I am made up of this, I have all these characteristics, and I can play all these functions. The last part. This is less profitable. We will reject this. Now, if somebody says this, which element is being utilized?
First in the fire.
Everybody, confirm?
Yes.
Fine, no problem. Let's go for this. Let's keep them separate. We have time.
This is
Fire.
Space.
Space. Okay. This is fire, sure. This is less profitable. We all reject this.
So we are analyzing it. So there is a maths involved.
Good one. So I reject this. Fire. Okay, let's keep them separate. We have time.
Air.
Air.
Is water.
Water. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's see how these points are connected.
Earth,
I think
Water.
Earth is let's hear all ideas. We'll make list. That is
Earth,
Earth.
I think.
Okay. Let's hear all ideas. Oh, we'll make list. Okay, then.
Let's see how these
Let's see
points
how
are
these
actually
points are
water
actually
because it's a
totally water.
revolutionary.
Adjustment.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's keep them separate, and we would need some
Space.
adjustments.
That is space, right? Let's keep them separate. We have time, space.
The space, and we would need some adjustment. Doubt.
Yes.
Now, in any communication, what should be the sequence? Let's hear
Earth,
all ideas. We will make a list.
Earth,
Earth. So let's hear all ideas. We will make a list.
list.
Water. Let's see how these points are connected.
Connected.
Fire. Let's analyze this and then make a decision out of it. Oh, but then we would need to do some adjustments. Yeah, but we'll keep this separate. We have time. Now that I said that I am made up of earth, air, water, etc., etc., earth element has its own characteristics, has its own function. It is proven. Fine. I am made up of it. Do I make use of it? If I'm not making use of it, it's like additional resources is there anyway. We don't get additional resources in the IT organization. Somehow I got additional resources, but I'm not making use of it. I got free of cost by birth. Nobody is charging that earth element for me. No TNM, nothing. Am I making use of it? I'll ask the questions to me myself. That's the dialogue with self. And moment if we improve this dialogue with self, external dialogue will taken care by on its own. I guarantee that. I say that, look, boss, Dhananjay, DG, say, I have the ability to hold together the things, the thoughts, the feelings, along with the differences among them. That's what the table tells me. I have the ability to work untiringly. Things keep coming in. I have the ability to endure physical, mental, and intellectual stress. So now the questions come in. I ask question to myself. Now you answer yourself. Do I observe, listen to a variety of ideas, thoughts without reacting? Isn't it a dialogue with self now? Or if you wish to have a dialogue with somebody, you can put a mirror in front of you and say that, hey, Dhananjay, do you observe, do you listen to a variety of ideas, thoughts without reacting? If the answer is most of the time no, then meeting time will take more and more. Acidity will be more. Second question, but do you make notes of it? Third question, do I tolerate the differences of opinions and ideas? I am not accepting any, but do I tolerate? Yeah, there is a possibility. There is a difference. Third, fourth, do I bear the stress upon me calmly? All physical, emotional, and intellectual. Do I actually see the stress as it is rather than jumping and finding why stress and how to eliminate it? Am I first seeing this? Do I have techniques for calming down the stress? And finally, do I release my stress calmly? If I go on doing this dialogue only for this earth element, I can continue for 1 week and see what happens after 1 week. So, before concluding, I would share something. We are working on this for past almost 4 years, and that's all. Power of five. We play with power of five. And what do? We use characteristics of five fundamental elements. We develop self-awareness. We continuously calculate the competency application index. So I may say that, hey, what is the earth element CAI? I say earth element CAI is 0.62. Oh, that's fine. That means 62 out of 100 incidences, you are able to make use of your earth element fantastically. Yes. And what about 38? I'm working on it. Identify areas of improvement, cultivate the power of five competencies, and integrate the power of five in day-to-day life and see the communication. So those if you wish, you can register. Fees are hardly 24.99 because this is not the revenue generation for me. Duration is 5 weeks. We work together for 5 weeks, 10 sessions, 2 sessions per week, 30 minutes, and there is no theory. We say this is the homework for next 3 days, and we make a note of it. First principle: earth, water, air, fire, and so on and so forth. So if you wish, you can join. There is a code you can scan. That's all I wanted to communicate. So quickly to summarize, we are human. We all have 5 elements. It is the equipment that is made up of 5 elements. It is the equipment that speaks with each other. A communication happens between 2 or many equipments, and therefore we need to pay attention to equipment. Equipment is made up of 5 elements. Each element has its own characteristics, function. And since I have that characteristics, I must make use of it. How far am I making use of it? If I'm making use of it to the best, I really do not have to worry about it. I really do not have to practice for the communication externally. And therefore, I need to keep asking questions to myself. And questions to myself and answer by myself is a dialogue with self. And that is something that I wanted to present today. And thank you very much for allowing me this particular time. And the entire set of people there. So 49 recipes are sitting in front of me. A combination of fire, earth, and plus mind, plus intellect, plus ego. Those who wish to join, please join. Anytime.
Thank you for the valuable insights. I think it was a very unique and innovative take.
All the best. Power of 5.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vikas.